Hello everyone. We as a group will be discussing just in time, the history, the advantages and disadvantages, how companies use just in time, other countries' perspective of just in time, and the overall impact of just in time and how it compares to other management styles. And now, let's take a look at the history.
So let's get started with the history of just in time. Just in time is the philosophy of having the right items of the right quality and quantity in the right place at the right time. It has proven that correctly executing this manufacturing process has resulted in better quality as well as better productivity and efficiency. Just in time incorporates the application of old management styles with a modern manufacturing adaptation. This has resulted in many firms now adopting this new approach due to cost decreasing and communication becoming more streamlined. The philosophy has been used since the 1970s in many Japanese organizations, but mainly perfected by the Toyota manufacturing plants. Toyota Productions were the first manufacturing company to introduce just-in-time. It was introduced due to the oil embargo and the increasing shortages of other natural resources. This allowed Toyota to stay competitive by focusing on people, plants, and systems. The reason for just-in-time becoming such a success is due to Japan's strong work ethic, which leads to more efficient management styles such as just-in-time. This work ethic is said to have become more prominent after World War II. That's the history of just-in-time. Now, let's look at a simplified explanation of what just-in-time is.
Now, I know that there is a lot of information to take in regarding just-in-time, so let's break it down into its basic functions. Just-in-time is a manufacturing process. It aligns raw materials from suppliers with a company's production schedule, and it does this by delivering what the business needs, when it is needed, and the quantity required. So, let's take a look at this video, which will help you to understand it more clearly.
Take this example of a lemonade stand for just-in-time. This lemonade stand in this example is a business that uses just-in-time. Notice how there is plenty of stock but not too much so that they have to pay for somewhere else to store it. When a customer comes to buy the lemonade, the stock is replenished by the supplier so that they do not run out. However, with poor time management or with bad suppliers, the product does not arrive in time. This leaves the customer waiting for their product and unsatisfied. This shows how important these factors are with just-in-time. However, with good time management and suppliers, the company can run smoothly. Just-in-time has many advantages. Caroline Banton states the company spends less on warehouses in storing products as they only need little space by ordering products as and when. This therefore reduces their fixed costs. By reducing their fixed costs and by ordering stock when needed, instead of buying a massive amount of storage, it helps to keep the business cash flow healthy. Another advantage is that it allows the business to create a sustainable competitive advantage. T. Cheng states this happens by adapting the Japanese work ethic of continuous improvement. This allows the business to be constantly innovative, increasing its ability to remain competitive through improving its processes and products. Another one is that it allows for improved working relations with suppliers, as you have to work well together in order to make the process as efficient as possible. This creates higher profits and improved customer satisfaction as products go out on time through good relations. One of the most significant advantages is that of waste reduction. T. Cheng states there are 7 waste categories, and by creating waste, by ordering as and when, machines and other services are not on all the time. Furthermore, Marek Milabanovic states, with a good quality control, this prevents the creation of waste and thus the amount of energy, raw material and other used resources. This is an important tool in building ecologically sustainable businesses, showing another advantage of just-in-time.
Despite the many advantages of just-in-time, there are some limitations to take into account. The first limitation is the lack of safety stock that most companies use to respond to unexpected increases in demand or incorrect forecasts. This means that businesses that use just-in-time may find it difficult to adapt to any unpredictable changes and could face costly disruptions. Additionally, this means that making no mistakes is critical to just-in-time manufacturing, as any mistakes made cannot be easily fixed and they cannot be rectified with buffer stock. This may have a knock-on effect throughout the entire manufacturing system. Another disadvantage of just-in-time is that parts of the manufacturing process may rely on outside manufacturers or suppliers. Companies will have to ensure that their supplies are reliable and can meet any demands that the customers might have. However, regardless of how reliable the supplies are, there may be external factors that are unpredictable. For example, extreme weather conditions or traffic accidents that could impact transportation. This reliance on suppliers delivering on time with nothing going wrong could prove disastrous, especially if orders are missed due to any of these factors. Customers could start to take their business elsewhere. The final limitation of just-in-time, according to Klein, could be its strict adherence to set systems, which makes it feel like a less autonomous environment and a less flexible working environment, which could lead to less job satisfaction.
Hi, in this section of the presentation, I'll be discussing an example of a business that has implemented the just-in-time management system within the organization. I'll be giving you reasons why they've implemented this system and how it has been beneficial for them. Firstly, there are many businesses that have also implemented the just-in-time system, which includes McDonald's, Nike, Apple, and also Toyota. But specifically in this presentation, I'll be focusing on Toyota and why they've implemented this system. The system was introduced as a way to eliminate any waste in the organization whilst enhancing their productivity. So, what is just-in-time system in Toyota? Well, in a typical car manufacturing system, it consists of meeting production schedules by holding inventory in the warehouse, which meets any demand. However, they create unnecessary stock. To prevent this from happening to them, Toyota produces vehicles based on the order they receive. In this process, the company relies on the supply chain to ensure that only the parts that are needed are received on time. This leads to the manufacturing and transportation of these parts taking place simultaneously. This allows Toyota to minimize its inventory of parts whilst reducing their cost. The Kanban system is seen as one of the methods that Toyota used to achieve just-in-time. The Kanban system is known as a pull system, which means that the production of the current stage depends on the demand of the other stage. You must only produce the exact quantity that you need. The Kanban system was created to indicate what is needed at each production stage, and to allow this to be effectively carried out, communications is key. So what is the reason for implementing the Kanban system? It provides a reduction of cost processing information. There's a huge cost to implement a system that provides Toyota with a production schedule to all the processes and supplies. Therefore, having this system cut this cost. The Kanban system also provides rapid and precise facts. Using this system ensures that the managers of all the workshop gets changing facts such as production capacity, operating rates, and manpower without help of computer, which means that having a responsible system will give accurate figures, which is very important. And lastly, it limits surplus capacity of cars, which will cost Toyota's cost.
Just-in-time manufacturing was first introduced in the late 1960s to 1970s by Mr. Arno for global manufacturers Toyota. The aim of introducing just-in-time was to increase organisational efficiency, ensuring that the correct volume of stock met the requirements for consumer demand, whether the process goes straight from production to consumer or follows another production process following this. Just-in-time also ensures that further waste is reduced, in turn reducing the unnecessary production costs for materials that weren't even necessarily going to be used effectively or on time to meet the demand. The aim of just-in-time manufacturing internationally was to reduce the work-in-progress stage that's possessed by a number of organisations, particularly supply chains, as mentioned by McGuinness and Gross in their 2003 paper. Whilst MEDCs more commonly use the just-in-time within production of goods and services, it is estimated that 30% of organisations benefit from the structure, with 2/3 of motor firms being the most significant value, being particularly intensive at the mode of production, as emphasised by the CEPR policy portal. The just-in-time structure of manufacturing is particularly common among global supply chains, being first introduced and conducted by Toyota. This has since expanded around the globe, with multinational organisations such as Apple and McDonald's also possessing the structure within their manufacturing process.
Does just-in-time work overall? Overall, the just-in-time system compared to the other operation management system is seen as being more efficient. This management system is used as a method to decrease waste within an organization. It does not rely on big batch supply, but instead, this management system that stores its existing customer orders inside a housing business area, which is necessary for many big name companies such as Nike, Toyota, and Dow. This is because the just-in-time system allows these companies to reduce their inventory whilst reducing their overall costs. There are many principles of the just-in-time management system that are similar to other management systems. Continuous improvement and total quality management both involve in eliminating waste, inconsistencies, and unreasonable requirements to improve productivity within an organization. But what makes just-in-time management systems stand out is that instead of having a production push basis, they essentially use a demand pull basis. This means the company will make only what is needed. However, what makes the just-in-time system concerning is that companies that use this system will need to ensure they have a detailed plan of policies, manufacturing and employing the best technological systems such as production schedule software and electronic data interchanges to support the production of supplies. The most important aspect is the employees of the company will need to be willing to cooperate with the system, whilst implementing new methods to meet the customer needs and find better ways to increase efficiency. However, there are a few aspects of the just-in-time system which are seen as negatives. The just-in-time system is not very useful at fulfilling large and repetitive orders on a short notice. This is due to the just-in-time system not having any backstock of inventory and materials. So this means it can lead to potential delivery delays. It is also heavily dependent on suppliers for production. So in conclusion, even though there are a few downfalls to just-in-time management system, it puts companies in a safe financial situation. It will also be extremely successful, especially during COVID-19, as the company will not be as affected as much compared to the other companies that have a huge amount of supplies and products in stock. As a result, these companies will make a major loss because they are unable to sell their products.